So Inscryption is a creepy card game that has managed to climb head and shoulders above the pack this year, and it's one of those games that you need to check out before 2021 comes to a close. It's a card game where sometimes the cards talk back, you can merge cards together, plus try and devise a plan to escape from the predicament that you find yourself in. So Inscryption is full of surprises and things keep getting weirder and weirder as you play. So at the heart of the game, it's a card game with animals on them, and each animal has points, defense and other attributes, and it's your job to inflict enough damage on your opponent before they do the same to you. Lose more than twice and you're going to get strangled, and then it's game over. Well, the game starts off with you in the dark and something has clearly gone wrong, and you find yourself as a prisoner. You play the game from the first person perspective, and at first all you see are these piercing, evil eyes in the dark, followed by a game of cards which you're prompted to play. Why? Well, we don't really know, but these eyes across the table don't look friendly, so for the time being it's just best to follow along and play nice. So you appear to be in a cabin in the woods stuck with this madman, with only the cards for company. In between goes, you're welcome to get out from your seat and have a look around. Only try not to touch anything, and definitely don't try to leave the cabin, otherwise the being with the piercing eyes is going to get mad, and that's going to lead to bad things happening. And it's all really sinister and dark, but there's humour weaved through the game too. Well, the graphics, the audio, the environment, the first person perspective, it all adds up to a very unsettling experience. So this one is published by Devolver Digital, and you can tell from the tone and the artwork, so everything builds up around you, creeps you out, including the fiery eyes and the distorted, freaky warbling of the person or thing sitting opposite playing with you. Yeah, it's not a gaming experience that you're going to quickly forget. Well, the card game itself is fairly simple, but also very tactical. You've got a couple of cards in your hand when you start. You've got to place them down at a cost of blood or bones. To place down better cards, you're going to likely have to sacrifice weaker cards, but this cost brings greater attacking benefits, and ultimately you want to inflict enough damage on your opponent. So for each attack damage point, a small weight is going to be placed on the scales, and it's your job to tip the scales entirely in your favour and take down your opponent. Well, each card is an animal or object of some kind, for example, a snake, a wolf, a mantis, a cat, a magpie, and things that can block your opponents like wood or rock. Not all of your creatures will survive the battle as you sacrifice along the way and accrue the resources you need in blood and bones. And the objective of placing cards down is to inflict damage on your opponent, however they can place down blocking cards which will soak up that damage. In between the games, you've got the chance to power it with cards, splice them together or sacrifice them in order to gain an advantage. There's also items given to you in bottles like a stash of bones or a spare squirrel card. And there's the little campfire that allows you to upgrade the card's health or attack, but it can be risky if you decide to do this, and it's all about balancing the risk versus the reward. If this all sounds a little strange, well, it is, but it gets easier once you get into the game and get your head wrapped around the cards and the concepts. So there's bonus items too, for example, a set of pliers that you can use to tip the scales in your favour. I was thinking, okay, you can simply place the pliers on the scales, but no, actually you pull out one of your own teeth to tip the scale. So it's these inventive, sometimes disgusting, but imaginative gameplay elements that allow Inscryption to stand out from the crowd in the card game space. Well, the game starts out looking very simple, but there's real depth to the game, and it's simple to pick up and play, but it's hard to master, which is everything that you want in a game like this. There's a small barrier to entry in understanding what the cards mean and also the rules, but you're taken through a decent tutorial to learn the ropes. So after a few hours of play, the game starts to open up and make much more sense as you get to grips with the cards and how they interact with each other. As you play, new elements open up on the map, and also surprising story elements will appear too, but try to avoid spoilers and experience it for yourself if you can. Well, Inscryption is a surprising game with twists and turns, not only in the plot but also in the gameplay and the mechanics. Things start out as a simple creepy card game, but buckle up as things are about to get super strange. It's one of a number of standout indie hits in 2021, and definitely something you should seek out and play before the end of the year, as I have a feeling this is going to be on a few Games of the Year list in the next few weeks. Well, the game was developed by Daniel Mullins, it was published by Devolver Digital. It was available for PC and it was released on the 19th of October 2021. Well, that is it for my review of Inscryption. Definitely one of the most interesting games I've played this year. Really creepy stuff, and also a really fun card game too, which keeps you coming back for more. Definitely recommend Inscryption. You can pick that one up on Steam. There's also a really good demo involved, so if you don't want to shell out for the cost of the game immediately, you want to try the demo, I definitely recommend doing that. Well, that is it for Inscryption for now, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.